Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Young.
Merch Informer is the #1 research program for Merch by Amazon. You can do niche research by BSRs, keywords, and even by merchant brand names at your fingertips. You can explore historical data to see exactly what strategies the top sellers are using to succeed. Merch Informer was designed to help streamline your research process and help organize your ideas. Head over to merchinformer.com for a free 3-day trial, and after that, it's just $19.99 per month. Use the coupon code MERCHMINDS for 15% off the entire order. Merch Minds podcast episode number 69. If there was one episode you should listen to, it's going to be this one. This is Young.
And it's not because of the number 69, okay? You want to listen to this. You want to listen to this episode because this is going to be a jaw-dropping episode.
Jaw-dropping.
Yes, but hello, man. ¿Cómo está?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah. Saca la mota?
I don't know anything that you're saying.
You don't know what I just said in Spanish?
No.
I said, do you want to smoke some pot? Not that I smoke pot, but anyway.
You are in California.
Yeah, actually, it is technically legal here.
It's a little bit easier out there.
It is. What's going on, dude? How's your week?
All right. Came back from Portland, trying to get back into the swing of things. So it's.
How was Portland? Did you like it?
It was a little hipster-like, kind of like Austin feel.
Yeah. First time there?
It was cool. Yeah, first time.
Yeah. I was in Portland, this past August, I think. Last August, and that was like my first time in like 20 years. A lot has changed, but it's a cool place.
It started snowing and stuff, which I wasn't cool.
Really?
Like that. Yeah.
Hey, and if you guys live in Portland, nothing personal, but there's a reason why I haven't been back in 20 years. I'm just saying. Bad. No, it was not. No, it's a great place. It's a great place.
They did draft Sam Bowie over Jordan. Trailblazers.
Really? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and they drafted Greg Oden over Kevin Durant.
For a quick second, I'm like, "What are you talking about, man?" I'm like, "Dude, that was like freaking decades ago." And okay, anyway, so you got back from Portland. Let's talk numbers. Okay, you want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Last 7 days. First of all, I've noticed like every time we talk our numbers, we never talk about like what tier you're on, what tier that we're on, because I know we have a lot of new listeners and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to start mentioning what tier that I'm on and how many shirts I have live. So I'm on the 2,000 tier. I have 1,214 shirts live. The last 7 days, I sold 175 shirts for a product purchase of $3,759.13. And my average royalty for the last 7 days is $867.58.
Look at this guy.
The numbers are slowly starting to grow. I don't know. I don't know if it's because of some trending stuff like St. Patty's Day. I don't know, but it is definitely slowly growing.
And what about January? What did your earnings look like for there?
You mean the actual payout?
Yeah.
It was just a little under 3,000.
A little bit under 3,000?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So this month, you're doing better.
Yeah, because if you guys listen to the previous episode, my estimated payout was going to be for January $2,400, I think. So it was definitely a lot more than I expected. So numbers are slowly starting to grow. This is probably like the most shirts that I've sold in a while. So again, I don't know. Is this something that's gonna go away anytime soon? I don't have the answer for you, man. I'm just like everyone else. I'm in the game and I'm just trying to hustle just like everyone else.
Very, very true. And the numbers, if you've been listening for the last month or so, my numbers haven't gone up and they haven't gone down. They've stayed the same, mostly because I also haven't been able to upload anything, which we're going to get into that on, why.
We'll get into that. Just give us your damn numbers, okay?
You want to know tier and everything?
Sure.
Okay. So I have 1,886 products live and 400 new submissions for the day since I haven't uploaded anything today. Tier 8,000 and products sold 129. Estimated royalties $439.32. I am in almost rebuilding stage.
Okay, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But
before that, payout for January, almost 4,000. I was on a roll with that shirt, the one that was trending, until this suspension came through. So I was on a roll, and then it died down a little bit and started trending downward around the 19th. So I didn't even have the last 2 weeks, but man, it was going good.
But okay, so what since you mentioned it, Glen did get suspended, and we'll talk about that here shortly. But but before we get into the main topic, obviously, we'll as always, we talk about various stuff and things that are going on in our personal lives, and just merch and pod in general, right?
Yeah, pot.
So pod.
Oh, they just said pot, like at the very beginning.
Yo, just man, why are you
hanging out?
You just all about the pot, huh?
All right, go ahead.
No, so one thing I wanted to bring up is I feel like the merch community is a very close knit community, right? It seems like for the most part, everyone is trying to help each other. I mean, and I'm not just talking our Facebook groups, like all the Facebook groups that I'm in, for the most part, everyone's really they're wanting to work with one another. I for one, I'm in a bunch. I shouldn't say a bunch, but a few like mastermind chat groups. I know you're in like one or two of them as well. But it seems like I think for the most part, and hey, let's give credit where credit's due. I got to give credit to Anthony and Kevin because they're the ones that spearheaded the whole movement, right? Because we met them in Seattle. After I got home to California, Kevin called me and we were talking, and we were like, dude, let's work together. Not that we were never against each other in the first place, but he was just like, hey man, let's just put our heads together and let's just all kind of collaborate and do things. And I think that just kind of carried over to everyone's Facebook groups. And I just kind of just wanted to commend everyone for just wanting to work together. Because here's the thing, Glenn, and you're obviously part of the reselling community. I'm part of the reselling community. I came from the reselling community. I'm still part of the reselling community. Okay, just because I'm not as active in there, don't think that I ever quit reselling. Okay, I resell.
I would never think that. You might lurk in the shadows, but you're there.
I know what's going on, man. And you know where I'm going with this, right? Dude, that community is damn falling apart, man. It's like that community is just divided. Everyone's pointing fingers at each other. People don't like each other. And it's just like that community is a freaking mess. But for some reason, I like the merch community. I hope we stay this way. I hope we stay united. Yeah, we have a few trolls every now and then, like those Reddit guys, those bunch of buffoons, they're always popping off. But for the most part, it seems like everyone's united, right? But here's the thing that I like about Glenn. Even though he's pretty active in the reselling community, he kind of stays neutral, right? That's why everyone likes the guy, right? That's why every time he has meetups and stuff, he goes and half the town shows up. He's kissing babies and whatnot. That's why everyone likes him, man. But for some reason, man, I don't know, man. The reselling community is it's really divided.
Well, the reseller community has like it's different from the YouTube reseller community compared to the Instagram reseller community. And there's, I guess, also on Instagram, there's way more of like Poshmark with eBay, Amazon, like different platforms, different people that you'd never really hear of because they don't have a YouTube channel if you're active on there. But really some good people, big time sellers on Instagram. But there's also a mixture of inflating numbers. And I mean, that's all around on reseller and merch. I mean,
yeah,
they come and go.
I feel like there's just a lot of ego within the reselling community.
There is huge ego.
I mean,
I just stay neutral because I mean,
that's what I like about you, man. That's what
yeah.
people like is the fact that you just stay neutral and you get along with everyone.
Yeah, I mean, there's only, I mean, we're only gonna live once. Like, why am I gonna have?
Not me.
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna have anger against other people or ego trips or anything like that because it's not even worth it to begin with. And then if someone has something against somebody else for whatever reason, like I don't know, I'll when I meet them in person, then I guess we'll figure out that with I don't know, me meeting them. But why am I gonna judge somebody before I meet them
Sure.
just
And
because you don't like them? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, exactly. And you know what? Just because, like you said, just because someone else has beef with someone doesn't mean that you can't get along with both of them. So that's a good point. But yeah. So just wanted to mention that I really do like the merch community. Just in general, overall, it seems like everyone is helping each other, and so kudos to everyone that's part of the merch community, except the Reddit trolls. You guys are a bunch of buffoons. Go get a life, man. Okay, get a life. Um, how about the meetup, man? So I had a couple of questions. I mean, couple of questions. Couple of people asked me that question, saying, "Hey, are you guys gonna do any more meetups?"
I know I got that question. I got that question a couple of times too. Recently.
I'll tell you my answer, and then you tell me what you think. Okay, my response. I think it was RJ. The last person that asked me that was RJ. He had asked me if you and I were going to do any more meetups, and I said no,
Hmm.
most likely no, and I tell you why. It seems like everyone is. It seems like these meetups are popping up all over the place now, right?
Hmm.
There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I encourage it. You know me, I'm the king of networking, right? I tell people all the time, network, go to these meetups, or if you can't go to one, arrange your own meetup, right?
Yes.
Um, and because there's so many of these meetups popping up now, it's like there's really no reason for you and I to do one now, right? Because it's a lot of work. If you guys never organized a meetup, whether I mean I don't know how casual your meetups are going to be. Ours was a little more formal, right? I mean, we had speakers, we provided lunch, but it's a lot of
Location.
yeah, location. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of headache too, right? I mean, uh, trust me, you can organize a meetup, talk about it for 2 months, and there's always a handful of people that are talking about, I never heard about this. Where can I get tickets? Right? No, seriously, right? Or when you have the final menu set up for the attendees, okay, you always have like the last person talking about, oh, do they have like a gluten-free option? I'm like, yo, man, I gave you the opportunity to speak up 2 months ago. I mean, it happens all the time, and nothing again. And I think the person knows who I'm talking about. So nothing against you, man. My point is, stuff like this happens all the time, right? It's a lot of work. So my answer to that question is, we probably, as long as these meetups keep popping up, I don't want to do any more meetups.
Hmm.
I rather just work with those organizers.
Hmm.
Um, and do that because it's just again it's just a lot of work. I don't want to do something like that. I mean, if there's other meetups popping up, I'd rather just work with those guys.
I'd rather just do like a I don't know, like a big time Super Bowl meetup where it's like us and other huge major people that have merch things going on. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like, the Jersey guys, we've talked with them before. Like, I think it would be pretty cool to just have one where everyone is there,
sure.
rather than just, us kind of planning a smaller one and then another smaller one and going through that. Because the difference between out hustled, like me and Ken doing meetups, it's more of just like a hangout. Like, hey,
It's just a casual thing, right?
yeah, we're not
There's no
like
keynote speakers. Yeah.
yeah, there's no speakers and we're just kind of hanging out. We have some giveaways, and, networking, meeting other people in your area, and that's pretty much what it is. But in our case with me and Young, that was a totally different thing. Conference kind of very atmosphere, seminar conference like speakers, food, location, getting that venue down. Yeah, totally different thing. That's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, um, and don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun too. Again, dude, I just love meeting people and just talking and networking, and it was a lot of fun. But it's just at the same time, man, there's just so much planning involved, and it's just again, as long as I mean, because I think Joe Clay had reached out to me.
Mhm.
He's talking about doing one now in his area. I mean, with all these meetups again popping up, I'd rather just work with the organizers and if they want me to, if my time allows, if my schedule allows, and they want me to come out there and speak, I'll do something. I'd rather do something like that. It's just putting these together is just so much work.
Yeah.
So that and dude, I got my first sale this morning with the Amazon and Printful integration.
So how did this go down? You have some explaining to do.
What, man? It's just an Amazon Printful integration, kind of like the Etsy Printful integration. What do you mean? How did this go down? It's a little bit more complex. If you guys know anything about FBA, their seller dashboard on the FBA side is really convoluted. Let me try and explain this in a nutshell. In order to do the Amazon Printful integration, you have to have a pro seller account. That's $40 a month on the FBA side, and then very similar to the Etsy Printful integration, you just upload your designs, and then it'll integrate with Amazon and upload your designs. Now it's not there. There are some glitches. I try to upload some designs, and they got something happened. I got some error messages and whatnot. At the moment, I only have really 2 designs and maybe like 4 products live. But I did get my first sale this morning, and it's been a couple of weeks since I uploaded those designs. So I don't know. I posted that I got my first sale this morning in the Merch Minds Facebook group.
Bunch of comments after that.
Dude, there's tons of questions, and guys, I don't know. This is my first sale ever, so I'm just like you guys. I'm trying to learn the process. As I get more sales and I get more experience, I'll definitely share my experience with you guys. Right now, I don't know. I mean, I'll try and answer as many questions as I can, but some of these questions are pretty crazy. They're like, "Oh, how do you do this?" And I don't know. I don't know.
Give the man some time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Again, we'll talk about this app again, and the only reason that I'm talking about it is because I'm getting tons of people messaging me. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm in talks with a guy who has developed an app. It's a web-based app where you can now upload unlimited designs on 4 platforms. I can't mention those 4 platforms at the moment because he had asked me not to reveal those platforms. Merch is not one of them, though. Okay, Amazon is not one of them. A lot of people, man, they're like, "Yo, man, when it comes out, let me get access because he's only going to have limited spots open."
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of people, all of a sudden, they're adding me as friends and sending me messages. It's crazy.
All of a sudden, you're their boy.
Oh my gosh, it's getting nuts. But hey, no disrespect. I love hearing from everyone. And let's see. Before we get into our main topic here, I did sign up for Penji finally last night.
Okay.
If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Penji is a design service based out of Camden, New Jersey. In fact, they called me today and we talked on the phone. They'll do unlimited designs for you. They're all about quality over quantity. I don't know how some of these other design agencies work, but most of their designers are in-house. Okay, they're right there inside the building in Camden doing the designs. So yeah, I'm all about quality over quantity. So I'm really excited. I'll keep you updated. They said it'll take up to 48 hours for most designs.
Yeah.
So I've submitted my first one last night. So hopefully by tomorrow I'll have my concept, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, very nice. And then we're gonna see this how this whole journey goes with Young
Yeah,
using
man,
this
that's just
service.
just
So
just so many new things, right? I mean, in the Amazon print for the integration, this new app that's coming out, man. In fact, the guy that's developed the app, he wanted to do a conference call today, and I told him, I was like, dude, Fridays are bad. That's when Glenn and I, record our podcast. So a lot, getting into a lot of things. I really do want to scale. Um, and here's a good thing about Penji, man, dude. I think because I'm trying to do so many things at once, I can maybe outsource some of my freelance work over to them.
look at this guy.
No, I'm serious, right? And I've even talked to Jonathan. He's like, yeah, that's cool, man. Because here's the thing, man, and you know this as much as I do. Okay, when you do design for a profession, and I think all professional designers can agree with me, you need a lot of patience, right?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I sometimes don't have the patience, man. I think we talked about this. Dude, I have a friend right now, okay? I can't make this up. I have a friend right now. I've been designing her business card since July of last year, and it still hasn't gone to print. This is a damn business card. That's the size. That's what, 3 inches by 2.5 inches.
Yeah.
Since last July, it hasn't gone to print because she keeps making changes, and I freaking lose my dude. I lose my mind because I'm like, why do you keep making changes, right?
Yeah, at some point you just gotta move forward.
Since last July, man. And get this, my friend that lives up in East Oregon, the one that I go visit every year.
Yeah.
Well, he's about to open up a new restaurant here in the next month or two, and he's probably listening to this podcast. I don't care, but his business partner is trying to tell me what color scheme to use for his logo. And get this, again, I can't make this up. The dude's colorblind,
Oh man.
and he's telling me what color scheme to use.
So yeah. So
And
you're beyond
I lose my
frustrated.
patience, man. I get frustrated, and so I'm thinking, you know what? Next time I get some freelance work, if it sounds a little too complex, if I just don't have the time, maybe I'll just pass it on to Penji.
Oh, there we go.
So
Hey, so if you want pass it on the Benji, you
yeah,
just send the client too.
come again?
You should just send the client too. Hey, I need some color changes. Hey, you gotta ask Penji. Don't
You
ask
gotta
me.
add, nah, I can't do that,
That'd be
obviously.
hilarious.
But yeah, dude, the guy's colorblind, and he's telling me, oh, it's gotta be this color. I'm like, you don't even know what blue looks like. You're colorblind. So yeah, so I'm almost thinking about just doing that if things just gets too hectic. All right, man.
You guys are driving Young out of control.
Let's get into the main topic here, dude.
Okay, this is what
Okay.
they wanted to hear.
So I guess I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions. Okay.
Okay. We also got to go back in time from the timeline.
Yeah. So
because-
here's the thing. So about a month ago, Glenn calls me, and he's like, and if I leave anything out, please just butt in. Glenn calls me. He's like, yo, man, my account got suspended. And you know me, that's like the worst case scenario, right? I started freaking out, man.
flipping tables. You're just like,
No, seriously, dude. Wasn't I more, dude? I mean, Glenn was cool. He's like, yo, he's Glenn. He's Hustler Hacks, right? He's cool. He's like, yo, man, my account got suspended. I'm like, what the hell, dude? How many times did I call you that one night?
yeah,
Like
you
7,
were.
8 times. Because I was freaking out, man.
You're just
This is
like, no. You're like,
This is
no.
like my worst. This is like, I mean, this finally hit home, right? This
Yeah.
finally hit home, and I'm freaking out. I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm next. I called Glenn like 7 times that night. He's like, yo, man, let me go to bed, man. I'm trying to go to sleep here with my wife. And I just kept calling. I'm just like, anyway. So he calls me. He goes, hey, my account got suspended. I'm freaking out. And we're trying to figure out why. And you got that email.
Yeah.
What did that email say?
So this email it gave me like 7 questions to answer, but it first told me your Merch by Amazon account has been suspended for suspicious activity. Now, when we first read it, me and Yang were like, what does that technically mean? I mean, it's not like copyright, trademark stuff, a bunch of rejected designs, a bunch of designs taken down, suspicious activity. Now, even at that point, I was like, even I was kind of concerned. I was like, suspicious activity. Who else? What else is even going on here? Did someone try to hack into my account?
Right.
What does this really mean? And one of the sentences afterwards was like, or one of the questions was, does anyone have access to your account? Questions like this. So I was like, well, no one knows my login. Not even my wife knows the login info. So I don't know what would be the problem here. So they gave me about 7 or 8 questions to answer. And me and Yang, coming from the Amazon FBA world, were like, okay, well, we know, do not answer the questions based off of emotion. That's the worst thing you can do.
Don't ever blame Amazon.
Don't blame Amazon. This is a great opportunity. You look at it that way. You answer the questions accordingly. You tell the truth at all costs. And you go from there. And the reason why also me and Yang didn't tell anybody for the last 30 days because
we wanted to see how it played out.
Yeah, we wanted to see what was going to happen. And then we can move forward and be able to answer questions that come our way. Because imagine telling everybody, hey, my account got suspended. The flood of emails, DMs, comments, and in reality, we can't do anything about it anyway. Only thing we can do is just wait 30 days.
It's bad enough I call this guy freaking multiple times a day panicking about his account. It's not even my account, it's his account, and I'm over here freaking out. Yeah, it'd have just been all bad with just all kinds of emails from the listeners. But again, we want to see how it played out. But hey, kudos to you, Dahoud, man, because I know not many people want to talk about their experience. I think Amanda recently had her account suspended and reinstated, and she's been pretty open about talking about it. But thanks. I think we can. But yeah, so thanks to you for even talking about it. But because I think whether it was good or bad, positive or negative, if you talk about it, we can all learn from your experience, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
So thanks. So thanks for even wanting to talk about it. But
I'm a mere mortal.
So he got the email, and we're like trying to dissect the email. We're trying to freaking figure out what's going on, and we came to the conclusion it had nothing to do with any trademark violations or nothing like that, because all the questions were related to an IP address.
That's what it kind of led towards, the IP address type of question that we could understand. So some of the questions were like, does anyone have access to your account? What are the other ones about? Nothing really about design wise. One of them was weird. It was like, if you did something wrong, let them know what you did wrong and what you're going to do to improve it. Now that one was weird because I was like, I don't even know what's really going on. How can I improve if I don't know what I necessarily did? And a lot of times on the Facebook groups and stuff, like when people get banned or suspended, of course you're gonna get the same answers from most people are like, dude, you know what you did. You know what's going on. Yeah, see, why did you do it?
And I'm glad you brought that up. Look, here's the thing. Okay, I've seen hundreds of Glen's designs. Okay, there's absolutely no trademark violations that he's done unless he's lying to me. Okay, but from what I've seen, like, in fact, a lot of his shirts are just random phrases like world's greatest father, things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no trademark violation, and I know some people are gonna be like, "Yo, man, just come clean, tell us what you did." At least from what I know, he's being completely honest. But the email, going back to the email, all the questions were about how are you logging in, where are you logging in from, do you have multiple users logging in? So it all had to do with an IP address, and we came to the conclusion is because we think you were managing that other account.
I mean, that was actually not my conclusion. My conclusion was that I was logging in
That's
from
the
different
conclusion I came
areas.
to.
Oh, okay. That where I was logging in from different areas.
But how are you going to regulate that? Because obviously, I'm getting all excited here again because we log in from. If you're like me, I log in from work. I log in on my cell phone. I log in from home. I log in from my laptop. How do they regulate that? I don't know.
that's what we don't really understand. That was one of the things that me and you had talked about, and that's what I want to talk about here. Was so on these questions, I was just truthful and everything else. I mean, everything else that I've already done, I answered them the best of my ability. I even went to the point I was like, I logged in. Well, because I've had this account for over 2 years, or at 2 years, right? So I told them I've logged in from my parents' house, which is when I was living with them. Of course, I would log in there all the time. I've logged in from there. I've logged in from my current home. I've logged in at my parents' work, the family business. I've logged in from my cell phone. Those are like the main four. I've also logged in like when I've been out of town at different things.
Yeah.
So different Wi-Fi, different addresses when I've gone to, like when we went to Denver. So I've done all of those, and I put that on my answer as far as that goes and logging in. Like the question was like, what did you do wrong? The only thing I can really think of,
you don't know.
Yeah, for IP stuff, I don't know. For the only thing I could really think of, I was like, well, I did have rejected designs in my 2-year full thing, right? The last rejected design, this is kind of funny, May of 2017. That's how cautious I am when it comes to the trademark stuff. So I was like, I know it has nothing to do with that. At least that's what we're kind of getting from it. But I put that on there. I understand the rules. The last one I've gotten, taken down was May of 2017. I can improve on that. But other than that, I really don't know anything else that I've done. Now, when it comes to, like you were saying, my friend's account, when it comes to that part, that one I hadn't done anything in a good while. I think the last time I may have logged into that one was when he came over, which was maybe early December or something. I got this email mid to late January. It's like the 19th or 20th.
Damn, has it been that long?
Yeah, it was like 19th or 20th that I got this email. So I hadn't even logged into that, but I even put that on there on my answer. I was like, my brother he had an account. I don't know if my brother had logged in from my house or not, because I don't know if he had his account during back then.
See,
but
Anthony,
I think
you messed it up, man.
But you know what?
Anthony,
he did log in.
He's to blame.
He did log in at my parents' house, and he had an account and I had an account, but it's two totally different names, tax info, all of that. And then with my friend's account, he's logged in, of course, here at my house, and he has a totally different name, tax info, all of that. So that's I'm like, I don't understand what's really going on here anyway. And we've looked at the bigger picture, even looking at the last couple of podcasts, we've brought up the logging in of different or people that have access to your account, because that's what we kept rereading frequently asked questions. We brought it up last time. People have access to your account. Can they log in? In my case, I'm the only one that's using it. So me and you were like thrown off, like, well, what's going on here?
Right. Well, so here's the thing. So the other account that you manage was not suspended. Now, have you logged in since?
I haven't logged in since that early December.
So now, for you long-time listeners, you guys know that I've been managing two other accounts. Ever since Glenn said that his account was suspended, I haven't even attempted to log into those accounts, man. That's how freaking terrified I am of getting my account suspended, right?
Yeah.
I haven't even attempted. And check this out, dude. I had a guy message me yesterday. Was it yesterday or Tuesday? Saying, "Hey, young, I know you're managing two other accounts. You want to manage mine too?" I haven't even responded to him. I'm just like, look, dude, that's out of the freaking picture now, man. Because I'm just, because technically I'm still managing those two other accounts. I need to get together with those guys and figure out how. I guess I'm just gonna have to email them the designs and have them upload, and then just trust them on the payout. I don't know, but I just don't want to log into their accounts from here and take that risk, because again, we don't know why Glenn's account was suspended. Um, and that's the only thing that I can come up with, is because he was logging in to those other accounts. But here's the thing, though, man, and maybe I should ask Neil this: how is he able to manage those other accounts?
Yeah, that I have no clue. And even with my friend's account, it was not like I was with that one. I mean, it was I would upload certain days once in a while. Even he even came over a couple of times too because he wants to learn more about it. And let's say a friend goes over to your house that just got a merch account, needs help on it, wants to sign in on your laptop, and let's say you're helping them learn how to upload. Do you think that should be an issue or not? Would you be scared
I
at
don't,
that point?
I don't, I well, yeah, now I'd be scared. But before you got suspended, I would have been like, yeah, man, come on over. But but I mean, here's another scenario. What if you and your friend were living together? You guys were housemates,
Yeah, that's true
right?
too. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean
it's
it's
just,
two totally different names in
you know,
Texas. So.
and here's the thing. And you were saying Amazon didn't really give you any, like, a real answer. Like, everything was kind of vague, right? It was the answers were all generic, right?
Yeah, so that's later on. So the 30-day suspension. I was like, I told Young, well, let's just see what happens. We'll
But let's
go
wait
from
till,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, we can't really do anything about it. Meanwhile, I'm going to answer these questions. The thing that kind of scared me though was that when you send in the questions, you don't get a response. So for me, I was like, well, I sent it the first time and it didn't go through because I got a back email from my server thing saying it didn't go through. And I was like, okay, that's not good. I sent it again. And then nothing came back. And I was like, man, I really hope they got that. So then I was like, you know what? I got to do this a third time. So I sent it another time, copied like my other email address or other email addresses that would get it. It seemed like it went through, and I was like, okay, I think we're fine. Hopefully they got it, because they don't even tell you if they got it or not, which can also be scary because it's like I answered the questions and then you don't even know if they read it or not.
Right.
So waited the full 30 days. Meanwhile, since the 30 days, I went to where do we go to? I went to the LA thing, LA meetup in San Jose when I saw you there. I was suspended during that time. I'd still been waiting. I went to Portland. I was still suspended. I just did not really thought about it until it got closer to the day. And Young was like, hey, did you get your account back yet? And I was like, not until another week or so, because you can't do anything. Like you can log in.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Like, I knew Glenn would get reinstated because hearing everyone else's stories that were suspended, they were able to log in. They were still selling shirts. You just couldn't upload or make any edits, right?
Yeah.
So I knew that you were gonna get reinstated. Is when you get terminated. That's when you can't log in and you can't. I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing after that. That's like
Yeah.
a totally different thing. That's where you're gonna have to try to really, I don't know, figure something out and trying to work that out once you're terminated just randomly. That one's so not randomly, because the people that I've talked to that had been terminated, they've gotten like 20 to 30 rejections in like the last week or so.
Mm.
And that's more of a totally different trademark type of copyright type thing. In our case, or my case, it said,
Yeah. Don't put me in don't put me in there, man.
yeah, in my case, it said suspicious activity. So that was a totally different thing.
Yeah.
So the day came, it got closer to the 19th. I didn't get anything. The 20th came. That's where I got the email back. And the email, just very vague email. I know I have it here. I took a screenshot because that's when I called Yang right after I got it.
That was what, Monday or Tuesday or something.
I think, yeah, it was a Monday, I think. Let me see where this email is already. Because I was in Portland at the time when I got it, and I was waiting for it for a good while. Here it is. So we're contacting you about regarding your Merch by Amazon suspension. After further review of your account, we've decided to reinstate your account. Your account access has been restored at this time. Please be sure to review the Amazon Merch by Amazon content policy to ensure no future violations occur. That's it.
That's it. Very vague.
So it didn't give us a reason why it was suspended, but that's why we came down to those conclusions. Now, Yang's conclusion was having another account, but also if you read the terms, if you're banned or terminated and you try to get another account, they don't want you to get another account based off of your name, banking info, all of that stuff. So it's almost like, to me, the way I understand that part is like I have an account right now, and if I go try to sign up to get a backup account with my wife's name, but my banking info is the same and the email is the same, like they're not going to allow that.
Red flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Red flag.
But in our case, me and you working with someone else that has their own account is kind of like what we had talked about and worked with Neil, with Neil saying, you know, working with friends, they have their own banking info, login info, doing all of that. And he's helped people grow their accounts, whether he's uploading, whether they're uploading, whether they're both uploading with no problems. So that's why I didn't really see that one was an issue. But I know that's what you were saying. My thing was, I'm also thinking that with having an account that's been kind of older, 2 years, having a lot of uploads, another person that I know got the email the same time I did has his account for over a year and a half. Not as many uploads, but had about 500 to 600 live designs. I don't know if maybe they're going through all of the accounts also and to see what people are doing. Do they know the frequently asked questions, the terms, conditions? Are they familiar with it? And going through different accounts to see maybe what people are not doing, because we already know other people have access to someone's account. Like VAs is a perfect example of that. 3 or 4 people can have access to your account.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're questioning that or not, but mine, I've only logged in on mine. I'm the only one that has access to it.
But you shared that screenshot with me about a week or two ago from Amazon that was in the frequently asked questions on Amazon, saying that they're really discouraging VAs. I mean, I don't remember the exact wording, but they're basically saying that they're discouraging that, right?
Yeah, they're discouraging people like VAs to log into your account and upload, but they're fine with VAs doing the designs for you and then you upload. That's the way we read it and understood it.
Yeah, and see, and this goes back to what I was always saying. Again, you know, if you guys are into hiring VAs and all that, that's more power to you. For some reason, I can't hand over my account that's worth $3,000 a month right now to someone and just give it to someone to run it. Right? It's just, I can't do that. It's just too valuable to me. But anyways, so I'm freaking out, and how are you able to stay so calm during the whole ordeal? And I'm over here freaking out more than you are.
Young was like, dude, what happens if you lose your account? What are you gonna do after that? Do you have other ways to make money? Like, are you cool with doing eBay and not doing merch anymore?
Because I'm panicking, man.
I know Young had so many questions, and I was like, it's cool. Yeah. We'll figure out what happens.
Whatever, man. So here's the thing, Glenn. So during your whole ordeal this past month, and we talked about not having all your eggs in one basket. Is there a reason why you never try to scale Etsy and Printful integration?
I guess because I had I still have so many slots open on merch, and I'm like, I could barely even get more of these going. Why am I going to tackle on another one if I could just barely get these? And then with the fact that YouTube and eBay and my family business, the part-time that I do there, is making money, I think I'd rather put more money and effort actually into YouTube. I think there's just bigger reach at that point of like growing the channel. I mean, I'm almost there, like 40,000 subs.
This guy's a damn celebrity, I'm telling you.
And it's been growing since I've added more content. It's getting better. I'd rather than Etsy, I'd probably do more YouTube, actually.
Well, Yeah, I mean, I was just curious because I was like, man, this, right now since he's suspended, this would be like the perfect opportunity for him to upload a bunch of design on Etsy, and you never did it. And I was just kind of curious why you never did it.
And even during that suspension, I still had my brother designing for me. I had new folders. Here's the thing that kind of messed me up. So I had him do Valentine's Day shirts for me. I paid him, I got him, and then the day after I got suspended. So I would have had to upload them that very day that he gave them to me, which of course I wasn't prepared to get suspended, but I didn't get to upload those shirts. So I mean, I paid him for the work.
Why don't you give them to me, man?
Didn't get to use them. I mean, I could use them now, but it's after the fact.
Yeah.
But all the other ones, I have I had him. I had folders ready, ideas ready. I did all the research, so I had him designing. I was like, if it happens, I get terminated, I'd go from there. But as far as me suspended, I'm gonna go on as normal. Like, keep designing, keep doing that. I'm gonna keep paying you. And then when I get it back, I'll go from there. So right when I got it back, I uploaded a design the very next day. I wanted to see how long it would take for me to get, I guess, the design to get approved and uploaded and all of that. And it went as normal. So no delay there.
Here's something that's a little, I think, that'll kind of release our tensions. So I know a guy. I don't know. I shouldn't mention his name, but I know a guy who had his account suspended, and he's on the high tier as well. I don't know, 8, 10, 12,000. And I think I told you this. He said after he got suspended, and then his account got reinstated. He said right after his account got reinstated, he had like 60 rejections in a row. But he still has his account. So
dang, that's crazy. That's kind of crazy because you went through the suspension thing. They tell you that thing in the email, be careful and read the rules. And then you're saying he went to 60 rejections after that, but still they didn't get rid of him.
So some people are theorizing that if you're in the higher tiers, that Amazon, they're a little more lenient towards you. I don't know if that's true. That's what some people are saying. I don't think that's particularly the case.
I don't think so either, but
yeah, but I mean, just because, I mean, you obviously been reinstated now, and I don't think there should be that fear of screwing up, and then Amazon's going to terminate you again, because the guy, from what he said he had like 60 rejections after he got reinstated, and everything's still good. So here's the thing. I fantasize that Amazon listens to this podcast, right? And if there's even a small chance that they do, one thing I want to say to Amazon is, look, first of all, I'm grateful. I love Amazon. I've been doing the FBA now for years. But particularly in merch, if there's one thing that I can just ask from Amazon, it's just better communication with us as partners, right? Because this whole vague and just not explaining, it just makes it really difficult for us, right, as content creators, because it's like, I believe that a majority of the people that does Amazon, merch by Amazon, everyone, in my opinion, I believe most people, they want to comply with the rules, and most of them are honest. But I've always talked about the human element, right? We're humans, we make mistakes every now and then. But the fact that they're always so vague and they don't give us like direct responses. Like, if you tell us what we did wrong, we can learn from it. We'll fix whatever problem that we have with our accounts. So again, if there's any chance that you guys are listening, the one thing that I'm asking from Amazon right now is just better communication with the content creators. So that way we can learn and grow with you guys.
Yeah. And I think
that's all I want.
And I guess it's kind of a mix because, I mean, people are going to say the thing too is that merch doesn't need us. But at the same time, I mean, they do need creators. I mean, we are creating shirts for them to sell. But I think that, of course, we need them more than they need us.
Oh,
But
absolutely,
at the
right?
same
I mean,
time,
we're nothing. We're nothing, right? I
yeah,
mean, I'm putting up $3,000 a month right now, which is nothing compared to what some of these other people are doing.
yeah,
Okay, so if they were to lose one account like mine, they don't care. But I just, like I said, I just wish, and I do understand that communication has gotten better. Dude, that first year when merch came out, I would email them. I would never hear back from them.
yeah,
Never hear back from them. I haven't had a reason to email them these days, but from what I understand from people telling me this, they're saying that they're pretty good about responding.
yeah.
So that's gotten better. But if there was just one thing that I can ask from Amazon is just better communication with content creators. I know there was a lot of people that met with the executives in Texas not too long ago, um, and I know a lot of them signed a NDA. And who knows what Amazon told them? But if there's obviously I wasn't there, but if there's one thing I can ask is please better communication. Let us know what we did wrong so we can fix that problem, and we can learn from our mistakes.
Very true. And I also I know this question is going to come up, and the question is, what what should I or what am I going to do now? Either I'm going to continue doing what I was doing, like I normally was, or I'm going to be super cautious and make sure that every little thing I do is, I don't know, like extra cautious than I already was, or I'm just going to, lay low and not even try to upload as many as I was. And just kind of like, I don't know, lay low and see what happens. And I don't know anymore about merch and be discouraged. And what I'm going to do is do everything exactly that I was doing before, because I didn't have as many, rejected designs. It happened from time to time. I'm super cautious when it comes to the trademark stuff. I don't know about any of the IP things because I'm the only one who has access to my account. That part I don't know of. And I'm going to go in full force as I normally was in 2018, because before we even started, we talked about what are your goals for the new year? And January was doing extremely well for me. I was right there until that suspension. And then it kind of started going down. I kind of lost that momentum too because I couldn't upload anymore. Like we just talked about, my payout for January was 3,600, almost there to $4,000. I was trying to get back up there again. So now I'm just same thing, just gonna go all in. I mean, my
Yeah,
brother's doing designs, and I'm just gonna keep cranking these designs out,
and
keep them
like we
going.
said, like we honestly, like when we say we don't know, we honestly don't know why he was suspended. I mean, again, you guys can say, "Oh, well, Glenn probably made like a dilly dilly shirt or something." No, we honestly don't know why, and
Lakers shirt.
that's what freaks me out, right? Anyway, hey, you got your account back. You're back to normal.
Got a
You know,
lot of work to do.
got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of catching up to do, dude. I practically doubled you in royalties.
Oh,
I
I
don't know.
know.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like the last couple of weeks, I've been dropping hints, right? I've been
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Glenn, your numbers are getting kind of low there," and I thought people would catch on. They were like, "Well, wait, did his account get suspended?" But no one said anything, huh?
And no one said anything. But not only that, we talked about the frequently asked questions thing last week because of the whole IP thing. We talked about that for a good while. The week before that, we talked about it kind of like in every episode, a little bit here and there.
We would
But the
drop
last
hints, but no
one,
one caught on.
yeah.
No one caught on.
But the last one, I don't think they're going to catch on until I openly say, hey, here's what's going on, which, like what Yang said, Yang said he appreciates me talking about it. I was going to talk about it regardless, but we had to know what was going to happen. What was the outcome?
Yeah.
And like you said, only thing we can do is learn from it, and hopefully others can learn from it. I don't know. I wish I had a reason why it was suspended. I can tell you how it happened because we're going through this whole thing and the dates and the timeline. But as far as the reason, I
We
really
don't
wish
know.
we had that so we can really learn from that
Right.
together. But I seriously don't know.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. But thanks again, man, for look, man. If I ever get suspended, man, I personally couldn't be able. I wouldn't be able to talk about it because I'll probably break my damn computer. Right? I'll probably smash it or something. I'll
Kicking
be so pissed.
throats.
But yeah, I think I'm glad you're back on board. Um, and I know right before he got suspended, Glenn and I were talking about just really trying to scale this year. Obviously, you're hiring your brother to do your designs. I'm now going through Penji, so I'm really looking forward to see how this year is going to do. So now that you're back, let's let's have that little friendly competition that we always do. And yeah,
Yes,
man,
sir. Yeah, I got a lot of
absolutely.
work. I haven't even, I mean, I did the other upload I just said. That was kind of like my testing upload the day right after I got my account back. So now I have a whole bunch of, designs that I need to get back on track. And they did tear me up with everybody else, which was good. Young's like,
Wait, so what tier you on now?
oh, not tear me up, but my daily uploads. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, my daily uploads have gone up with everybody else because Young was like, "Don't think you're special, bro, just because your daily uploads have gone up because
Yeah,
all of
man.
ours went up when you were
It's
gone on
all of us, man.
suspension."
Yeah. And Glenn's like, damn. Okay. Uh, well, cool, man. Well, hey, welcome back. We really do appreciate you sharing your story. Um, if you guys want to contact me, go to my website, geekhustle.com, send me a message, or just tag me on Facebook. Hustler Hacks. Where can people find you?
Right here on YouTube, Hustler Hacks, or email me, hustlerhacks1@gmail.com. If you were in a similar situation, you got the email around the same time I did, then maybe we can talk, see what we can
Uh,
do.
and from what I recall, a lot of people did.
Yeah, I think they got it around the same time that I did, so it wasn't just like a here's just straight to Glen's email. A lot of people got it, and some people got their account back, some didn't. Or if you did or didn't, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. Hey, thanks again, and we'll see everyone next week.
See ya.